Everyone agrees that students need to be better prepared for life. So what can students do after school to do better in school and in life? The connection between music and school is important. Students of lower socioeconomic status who took music lessons in grades 8 to 12 increased their math scores and increased their reading, history, geography, and even their social skills by 40%. And 96% agreed that participating in music education encourages and motivates students to stay in school, and 85% believe participation in school music corresponds with better grades and higher test scores. How does students learning a musical instrument make them better prepared for life after school?
Well, I think that learning a musical instrument teaches the students discipline, that in order to be good at something, they have to practice, they have to put effort towards it, and they just can't pick up an instrument and play, and they have to actually practice the notes and practice the songs and memorize them. So it also helps them with learning their lessons at school as far as memorization.
It helps them to be able to concentrate and focus and make a commitment and stick with something because that's what's required to play an instrument.
I think it depends on the student and what their goals are in their life after school. It doesn't matter whether you play a flute or a drum or a clarinet. It's your goals after school. It's your studies and your academics that are most important.
I would have to disagree. I don't think it's your goals. I think it's the way you've been born and experienced life.
Students have to enjoy playing in a band if they want to get the most out of it. So how will playing in a band prepare students for life after they graduate from school?
It can help you get scholarships to college, and college helps you get a better job, so I guess that's one way.
Begins as, if you want to learn a musical instrument, that you can further on prepare yourself in college symphonies, marching band, marching band, and even adult bands after college, becoming a music director, music teacher, music appreciation, all that lovely stuff. Wouldn't you agree?
And become a leader. You are a drum major, so it helps you learn leadership skills.
School systems across the country have been trimming back art programs because of budget cuts. But think about this. Everyone loves to go watch a band, choir, or any other art program perform at a game or a function. Do you think art programs need more funding? Do you think art programs need to be in schools more? What about the parents?
We definitely need more arts in school because it's a creative outlet for kids that they don't get with just regular education.
Absolutely. I am an adult that went back to school at a middle age, and I did not know a lot about the arts, and when I started studying the arts, it was very interesting, and it opened up a lot of knowledge about the history and the various artists and the periods that the artists went through as far as the type of paintings, the type of styles, and also what they were trying to express. You also saw not only the Middle Ages, but the Renaissance period as well as the 60s and the 70s. And it really opened up a lot of knowledge about what people were thinking during those times, and they expressed it through their paintings.
Everyone watches a little TV now and then. There are 2 TV shows out there that can inspire the kids and adults who watch them to say, hey, I can do that. So what does the 2 TV shows, Mythbusters and Phineas and Ferb, inspire the viewers who watch? I know the Phineas and Ferb show does a lot of music.
Yep.
I think every character knows how to play a guitar. Or another musical instrument, just about, it seems like.
Yeah, a lot of them do, certainly, yeah.
So, why do you feel on music that can make kids learn better?
Well, I think it certainly makes, obviously it's fun, it's catchy, I think it's inferred the songs aren't particularly educational, although...
Yeah, most of them are.
They have... every now and then there's the words that might send a lot of kids to the dictionary, like, for instance, in the Across the Second, the movie Across the Second Dimension, where they mention, monotreme, and which is not a word that most kids are going to know off the top of their head.
Yeah.
But I think it's It makes them pay more attention to the show. I think it makes it more fun. And music itself is, it has artistic merit, obviously. So, maybe it might cause some of them to want to learn to play an instrument or themselves. I don't really know exactly.
Well, I would say on MythBusters and Phineas and Ferb, it's more like the creative idea, because I was watching this one episode about a paper crossbow on MythBusters, and I got a whole bunch of newspaper from Mom and started trying to make one of these. Depends if you're creative or not.
I think, it inspires creativity. It says, dream big, aim big, and you accomplish more that way. And it's, obviously nobody can really do what Phineas and Ferb do. They certainly couldn't do it in a day. And but that doesn't matter. I mean, since it's a cartoon show, I think they get that this is not really the way things are supposed, would actually happen. Yeah. But that it inspires them to be creative and to try different things, even do something that nobody's done before, or do things in a different way, the way people have done them before.
I would just say MythBusters is a really good show for reality, like my mother said, because that also shows you excuse me, what's possible and what's not possible, and it also shows scientific methods and why it is possible and why it's not. Phineas and Ferb, on the other hand, I would have to say is ultimately a kid's show.
Yeah.
And it would show that kids have more of a creative imagination, and that, like my mom said, more things are possible in an animated show.
Exactly. If you want to know the answer to something, well, go and find it out.
Yeah.
Do the experiment, figure it out. Obviously, most of the stuff they do on the show is not something you want your kids doing because it's incredibly dangerous. But on a smaller level, do the experiment, figure out what will happen if that. Don't just ask the question, find the answer. And it's gotten a lot of kids very inspired in science, which is fantastic.
Which we need.
The Phineas and Ferb movie encourages imagination, but as far as a realistic view on life, I did not agree with that.
Okay.
But it does focus on a child's mind and thinking that all things could be possible.
How about MythBusters?
MythBusters I like because it does talk about things that could be possible, but it also makes you realize the reality of life and that some things just are not possible. Even though you think that they are, they do prove that there is a reality to everyone's imagination.
When the interview when my mom and my brother was going on, things can get a little out of hand in our family sometimes. They like to talk to each other and say some weird things. So here are some bloopers for you to enjoy.
Not me. I'm studying.
And that shows in your grades.
Doesn't show my music playing though. I'm good at music playing.
You can't go to college on music playing.
You can get a scholarship on music.
Rarely.
All you have to do is know your 12 major scales.
Which are?
The 12 major scales.
Which are?
This is, you got this C flat scale.
My point exactly.
B flat scale, A scale, F. Think.
You think.
I'm not trying to get a music scholarship now, am I?
That's a good thing, too.
Since the person who played Prince's horn in band. I think we're getting off topic, Nathan.
And
Next question, please.
the person who has a 4.0 in school, working full-time, going to school full-time.
Well, because you're from a different age, I think.
No, I went
Yes,
to
because
school.
I was a 16-year-old.
And I didn't take it seriously, and now's the time to take it seriously.
Yes, because you're more responsible. You have more experience in life. I'm not responsible. I don't believe that I should be responsible.
And there's the snap.
There it is.
Okay.
That's why.
Shall we continue?
That's why. Yeah, next question, please.
Oh my gosh.
Can I do mine again?
Go ahead.
Okay. Take 2.
Yeah, go ahead.
Take 3.
Yeah.
Say that's true because I have this friend who was, raised as a strict child, a strict parent. He's doing wonderful school. I'm a spoiled child. And I would have to blame it on the mother, because this is the mother's and parents' responsibility to raise your child. And apparently you're not doing a good job.
And
Next question, please, Nancy.
when I tell you to clean your room 10 times, I have to say it 11.
Yeah.
Okay. We can do that.
Next question, please.
Everyone agrees that it is not too late to get our kids prepared for the future. Let's just hope it's not too late to have that happen. I am Nathan Young.